So today we have with us Efrat Segal, the CEO and creator of Boostability. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Shira.
We are so lucky in Introduction to Educational Technology to speak to someone like you, an expert in the field who is on the ground doing this work every single day, supporting our students and supporting our teachers. So can you start by telling us a little bit about you and a little bit about Boostability, about your product?
Sure. So first of all, thank you for having me and having the opportunity to talk about boostability. So I will start with a short biography of myself. My name is Efrat Segal. I'm the founder and CEO of Boostability. I have a technical background, worked in many startups in my background, JFrog, Bizabo, Redis, and more. Also, my undergrads in computer science, very technical. At the same time, I have the ADHD pillar in my home and in my life. My two teenage kids are diagnosed and they are ADHD. They have the compounded ADHD with all the gifts inside it. And 4 years ago, I went and I got diagnosed for ADHD. Now, I knew that I'm the ADHD part of the family, but the moment I got this diagnosed, actually, it was a mind blower. And it was the moment I realized that I'm going to make a change and make an impact for all of us, all of my community, people with ADHD or with ADHD symptoms. So this is kind of like the reasoning and the beginning. Now, talking about my baby, about Boostability. So Boostability is a generative AI assistant. Think about it as your help in the pocket or agent in the pocket that help you, especially for students with symptoms of ADHD. And the idea is that one of the skills that all of us, all the ADHD are lacking, it's called executive skills. In short, is the lack of the ability to take a big task like assignment, like paper, like you as a teacher to write a test or to submit a report, take a big goal and break it to smaller, doable assignment that you can easily complete. We don't have this capability. We're not wired. We cannot change that. But I could change that. What I did is I used technology. I used a generative AI that is mature enough, and I was able to take student assignments and remove the stress and the priority around it and break it to smaller, doable parts for the students. And this is the heart of Boostability today.
Wow, that's amazing. So, a lot of times as teachers, we talk about the digital divide where some students have access to technology and some students don't. And the job as a teacher is to bridge that gap for our students. So, what role do you see Boostability in playing in bridging that digital divide for all of our students?
So it's amazing that you're like embracing into an open door. As we know with ADHD, just a little bit on the statistics, we're talking about one out of 10 student has ADHD, but we know that it's so expensive to get diagnosed that there are 1 out of 8 adults with symptoms of ADHD, but they couldn't or shouldn't, or for some reason did not get diagnosed. The other stat around it is that minorities has a 12% higher chance to get ADHD. So I'm saying ADHD or boostability for people with symptoms of ADHD should be available to everyone. And when we are approaching schools, colleges, middle school, high schools, we just talk about it that when you're purchasing boostability or when you start using boostability, we just say, okay, this is for all of you, all of the students. We're not discriminating anyone. We're just giving the ability to use boostability for each one. So you don't need to pay for it. Or the school doesn't need to pay per students. In addition to that, the way I believe boostability should grow, if there is a student and or a teacher, you're always a student, and you have difficulties and you want to try boostability, feel free. I'm welcoming you. Just go to login.boostability.live and start using it. It's out of charge. You don't need to pay for it because, again, I want to give it to everyone. And Sheila will give you the URL for it later.
That actually leads to my next question. We talk about teachers as that advocate for equitable technology access. So, how do you support teachers if they're in a position where they think that this is necessary in their school or in their school community?
So with all the new technologies that coming and going, I think I love the approach of bottom up. So the students and their teacher that know exactly the new things and trying new things like boostability can bring this news to their head of schools or to their IT or to whoever is in charge and just share, hey, listen, I saw these tools. I want to try it with a student. I tried it myself. So on my side as boostability, I'm just giving the teacher all the steps to try it by herself or himself and let the student use it. The moment they want to go and get it supported for the whole school, get it approved and everything, they can just reach out and talk about it. And I want to add another point to that, especially now with all the education cutoffs and cutting FTEs. Boostability, the way I build boostability is holistically, means it's an AI, so it's supporting 24/7. It doesn't go to sleep. You don't need to call it, and it's available. And the pricing for school is like a fraction of an FTE. So this is like the right solution, especially in this crazy time that we have so many cutoffs in our education budget.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want to tell our students before we sign off? Our students slash teachers, because all of our students are teachers.
Yeah, so what I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you that you're like in the best area of time because of all this kind of like bad news and cutoff. This is your opportunity to shine, to find the right solution, and to give these students that they might even don't know it's existing a solution like boostability that can help them move forward, continue, and be successful in their schools and in their life.
Wow. Thank you so much. I will include a link to reach out to Efrat if this is something that you think that would be useful in your school. And we're so lucky to have experts in the field like you to speak to our class. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sheila, for having me.